You can see the colors underneath the black here that somebody put over top of this pride flag mural.
I've been having conversations with the Attorney General's office about creating a hate crimes hotline here in Spokane County.
These are not neighborhood kids. These are coordinated attacks.
Uvanga Kalak, Uvanga Ru Ramos. At the intersections of race and gender and sexuality is the place where we are attacked at every level.
Hello, my name is Justice for All.
Our commission deeply abhors this act of domestic terrorism.
Communities in our neighborhoods, we got to show people some love.
As a follower of Jesus Christ, I know that love always triumphs over hate.
Well, we have another super serious hate crime, this time in Spokane, Washington. First and foremost, I want to say that there is no such thing as a hate crime. Any crime that would be violent, committed against someone, would be hateful in some manner. So labeling a certain type of crime against a certain type of person as a hate crime is a perfect example of why most government activities are wasteful in nature and should not exist. You're about to hear in this news report that they're very upset that they cannot charge this as a hate crime because the law against hate crimes has not gone into effect yet.
Honestly, crews weren't able to clean up much. This is the crosswalk at the Spokane Falls Boulevard and Howard Street right by Riverfront Park, and you can see the colors underneath the black here that somebody put over top of this pride flag mural late last night or early this morning. Here's a look at what this looked like earlier while crews were actually actively out here trying to clean this up. Again, they weren't able to get much up. Spokane police say someone vandalized the crosswalk at about 1:30 this morning, and now they're investigating. The city says they should be sending out more details soon. Back in March, Governor Inslee redefined the state's hate crime laws to actually include defacing public property, not just private property. So the vandals could potentially face hate crime charges if caught.
We looked into whether this vandalism could be considered a hate crime. Crime 2's Mark Hanrahan found out the answer is somewhat complex. Mark?
Yeah, that's right, Whitney. Under a recently signed Washington law, the defacement of public property now considered a hate crime. But since this crime happened before that law takes effect, it means that if and when an arrest is made, that new law will not apply in this case. So during the 2024 session, Washington State Senator Andy Billig from Spokane introduced Senate Bill 5917 in response to vandalism of Spokane LGBTQ+ landmarks, including at the same downtown crosswalk and the one in the Perry district that was vandalized last October. Now, to be found guilty under the statute, the new one, a person must act maliciously and intentionally based on a person's race, color, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. But again, he said that it won't take effect until June.
The city just repainted the crosswalk a few weeks ago because this isn't the first time the crosswalk has been vandalized. People have thrown paint and made skid marks over the mural before. Now, the city of Spokane sent out a statement saying that they condemn this vandalism. Mayor Lisa Brown said, quote, "This is not only an act of vandalism, but a hate-fueled act that goes against our values of equality, acceptance, and celebration of diversity," end quote. Now, that was again from Mayor Lisa Brown. Spokane City Council is going to be hosting a press conference tomorrow.
Now I'm going to play the highlights from the press conference that she was just mentioning. However, I would just like to note this may be one of the most clown world press conferences I've ever seen. And it perfectly illustrates what your brain is like on leftism. The last thing I want to say is when you're listening to these comments, keep in mind they're talking about vandalism on a crosswalk, which one speaker actually described as domestic terrorism.
All right, thank you for attending this press conference this morning. My name is Lisa Gartner. I'm the Communications Director for Spokane City Council. We have a number of people and community behind us. We're very saddened to see the defacement. We want to condemn the hate and denounce hate here in Spokane.
I think this is an important moment for us to show that the community supports creating a space in Spokane where everyone feels like they belong here. That's our newly adopted city motto. In Spokane, we all belong. We have seen across the country an uptick of hate here locally and across the country, particularly against the LGBTQ+ community. And we want to say as a community here in Spokane that has no place here, both for Spokane, but across our entire region. I see more partners are coming if they want to come on up. There, I see that Spectrum's also here, and Expo celebrations are here too. So we've seen this in the Coeur d'Alene recently. It's not just targeting the LGBTQ community, but is also targeting other protected communities, and we want to just make a statement that it doesn't belong here. With regards to the vandalism and hate crime that happened downtown, we know that there was an accelerant that was poured on the Pride mural downtown and set on fire. And there was recent legislation spurred from last year's incidences of hate crime that is going to change how we hold perpetrators accountable. It hasn't gone into effect yet. It takes time, and will go in effect, I believe, June 6th. But we are looking into it and using the resources of the city to make sure that we hold people accountable. And we're looking into making sure that those are followed through and investigated thoroughly. We are also always exploring different pathways with the state partnerships on making sure that people feel safe here in Spokane. Just this week, I've been having conversations with the Attorney General's office about creating a hate crimes hotline here in Spokane County.
And while I'm here as a Spokane City Council member and the chair of our Public Safety and Community Health Committee, I'm also here as a father, neighbor who's seen the pain of these hateful acts. This is another real-time reminder of the rise we are seeing in hate crimes, particularly in Eastern Washington in our region. So the question before us is, what now? These are not neighborhood kids. These are coordinated attacks. Let's call it what it is. Let's name it. And let's do something.
So I'm Bishop Gretchen Rehberg, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Spokane. And as a follower of Jesus Christ, I know that love always triumphs over hate, but hate will always try. I also know that the church has herself in the past been a contributor to the discrimination against our LGBTQ siblings and others. And so let me apologize for anything the church has ever done that might contribute to the hate we are currently seeing, and commit to continuing to work always on behalf of the least and the lost, and all, so that love truly does win and all belong. Let me commit that the Episcopal Diocese of Spokane will match any and all donations so we can repaint that, and including contribute to, so that no matter what, that can be repainted.
Koy Nukpuk, Uvanga Kalak, Uvanga Ru Ramos. I'm the executive director of Spectrum Center. My pronouns are they, them. I am a Ilukukaktunga Malglunik, which means I'm two-spirited, and I stand before you asking the great citizens of Spokane to defend queer people, defend people of color who are queer, because at the intersections of race and gender and sexuality is the place where we are attacked at every level. I have faced anti-Indigenous hate that has been ramped up because of our commitment to stand for Palestine, and for some reason, because we are being seen in movies, TV, and social media in a way that we have never done before. I don't know, people actually know that Inuit people exist now. And we are now being attacked not only for our queer identity, but also as our Indigenous, Black, and other people of color. We are facing it at every turn. So I'm asking from our community that you stand in love and compassion for those who live differently, who look differently, who exist differently, because the truth is that's what makes the world great, not just the United States, but the world, because this is a worldwide epidemic of hate against our existence as queer people.
Hello, my name is Justice for All. I'm the programming director for Spokane Community Against Racism. I didn't prepare anything to say today, but I wanted to speak because this is not new. And my question is, what restorative justice practices are we actually trying in this community? How are we repairing this community? How are we coming together? We have people who are trying to be divisive and trying to separate us. What are we doing to improve our community and make sure we stand together, united against this hate?
My name is Anwar Peace. I am the chair of the City of Spokane Human Rights Commission. Our commission deeply abhors this act of domestic terrorism that was masqueraded as a hate crime. I'm happy to report that the Human Rights Commission, in collaboration with the Office of Civil Rights, Equity, and Inclusion, has been in communications with the Attorney General's office in the state, and they are working on a pilot program, hopefully coming here to Spokane to deal with hate crime reporting.
Downtown is not a place for hate. This is a place where everyone should feel welcome. We are concerned by the recent events But we know that as a community, we're going to come together and continue to support our community because downtown is a place where everyone is welcome.
We need to take action. It's not enough just to show up in arms or side by side with the people who are experiencing these hate crimes. It's our responsibility to do something about it. And here's a chance. And it starts every day. It's just habits. It's how we show up for each other in our families, in our homes, in our communities, in our neighborhoods. We got to show people some love. We have to show people some love. It's not okay what people are experiencing.
We, as electeds, we apologize to our city for what's going on. But we need your help. The crosswalk was just freshly painted. And now this is showing a lack of harmony in our community. And we urge the community again, if you see something, say something. If you know something about what happened, please contact the police department. Do not be complicit in these acts and these hate crimes.
I think that all government is a waste of taxpayer money.